Hi, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. This is episode 2, and you're
So
here
close to your mic.
today.
You're so close to your mic.
I know. Try
What's up,
again.
guys?
That's good. Keep it.
All right, I'm Rebecca.
Oh, I'm Owen.
Good. Nice gaff. I'm Wormwood. I'm Noah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm both.
Nice job. After
I'm the
great start,
icon in the
guys.
middle. Rebecca's the icon on the left, and then Noah's the icon on the right.
You were so excited to get your nice little guitar strum. You said right before this started, to give you a little bit behind the scenes action. Right before this started, you said like, "Oh, I'm gonna do something," and then you back off from your mic.
Right.
And,
Well, I said I would close my door, but I also
yeah. And I heard a guitar ukulele strum. I'm like, "Oh, I
Right.
wonder what that was."
Right. Well, basically, my mama says that she doesn't like you, but she likes everyone. So
What song is that? What song is that?
it's a Justin
Yeah,
Bieber
I
song.
know it's just a Bieber song. You explain
on.
that to me. Do
No
a quick
idea,
Google
no.
For it. Do a gaff.
Anyway, welcome back to the Back to Reality
Yeah, well-
podcast.
While
Great
Rebecca
stuff.
Googles that, I think we'll jump into what we were planning
Love
to talk
Yourself by Justin Bieber featuring Ed Sheeran.
Oh, Ed Sheeran's. That would make sense because
boy.
it doesn't sound like Bieber who says the beginning part. But
Yeah.
and that makes sense. If it's Ed Sheeran, then it makes
about. Yeah,
sense.
it
'cause
makes
does
sense if it's
sound-
Ed Hardy. Yeah.
Right, yeah. No, I do love Steve Harvey. I have to apologize, though.
Seriously.
Oh boy,
All right.
what a great T-Mobile commercial. Anyway, it's still topical, right, guys? Still topical, right? Steve Harvey. Still talking about it.
No. He's
Yeah. Anyway, the first thing we were gonna talk about. Hopefully this is still relevant. Is Firewatch. Yeah, it's probably not relevant at all, but
No, like the first thing.
the first thing. Yeah. So me and Robbie have seen the game in detail, played by a couple of people, and we were both really disappointed by it, like for different reasons, though.
I
Were
was.
you disappointed?
I wasn't.
Is that
I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I think they had way more potential that they didn't harness. I think they could have made it a perfect game, but they kind of missed out on a couple points.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the opposite direction almost that they tried to do too much. I think they could have made not a perfect game, they could have made a perfect game in like a really small, quaint, self-contained game. Like if they hadn't tried to do anything special with your decisions have impact. If they just made it like a Telltale story where it's like, yeah, you can say stuff, but your decisions don't really have an impact. If they didn't try to do all this ridiculous stuff with the quote unquote open world, it would have been a cool little game where you play a little mystery. And it would have been fun, but the fact that they tried to do that extra stuff kind of ruined it for me.
I
honestly.
do think though that they did a very, very good job of like not just like blocking off areas that they didn't want you to go to until later in the game, but they made it. For instance, there were like brambles like blocking the paths, and eventually
Yeah.
later on in the game you got an axe, and then you could cut down the thorn bushes or whatever.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were. And so like it was like a creative way of preventing you from going there too early on in the game. So even if it wasn't
that's really-
completely open world, they did a pretty good job with that.
No, that's the thing. That's really good, and that's a great strategy that an open world game should use. An open world game should not put an invisible wall and just say you can't go here. A linear game should do something like that. So, but they tried to make it like it was an open world game. Like, first of all, the map. There's really okay. Not the map. The maps that you find within those storage crates. There's really no reason for the storage crates other than that little thing, that little like side story. Though there's no reason to like fill out your map because you're not really going to need to follow the path. You just need to go in whatever direction the game kind of tells you. It's not like you got to like explore and find an area or something, or you got to like retrace your steps or anything like that. And they tried to make it like that was the goal. Like the goal was to give you an open world experience. But you can literally only follow the path. You can't like walk your way through the woods. It's like a mountainous area, so you can't like you have to stick on the path or you'll walk into a mountain basically.
I also found it that at one point in the game, you find an old backpack that has a lot of ropes, as the main protagonist says. But that means from then on, throughout the entire game, you have an unlimited amount of ropes from who knows where, but you can
Well-
just use them whenever you want. And I kind of I feel like if you had to like find old ropes like on the side of the trail and only then could you proceed, I don't know. I might have liked that a little bit better. Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't want that. I didn't. That would be make it like a really good open world game. Like the other thing that I thought they should have done that I was disappointed that they didn't do. When I saw Sips play. When I first saw him play it, and I saw him take a pick up a map and a compass, and that was it. I was so excited because I was like, "That's amazing! I want to be able to play this game where I have to do orienteering." I think we talked about this with Subnautica in the last episode, where I have to like learn how to use a compass and map to figure out where I am and where I need to go. Go back to the cave at North 125 or whatever, right? I would love that. But that's probably not a compass coordinate. But that would make it an open world game. I don't want it to be an open world game. They tried to do that, and I don't think that's a good idea. I would rather it be a really good linear game. Like try not to do so much and make it an open world game with a great storyline. Make it a good linear game, and that's it.
Yeah, I thought the storyline was pretty good, and it
No, I
got
liked
me
it.
hyped throughout the. I like that. It got me hyped up like throughout the entire game, but then like the very end of the game. Spoiler alert, by the way.
I like that.
Good fun.
Thanks. At the end of the game, when you just like you don't even see what's her name? What's the person's name?
Delilah.
Delilah. You don't even see her, and she just like kind of ditches you, and then you jump in a helicopter, and the game is over. And it's kind of
You know what? That's not what I disliked about the game. The thing I disliked about the ending, and this is I think the dumbest thing they did in the entire game.
yeah.
Okay, so throughout the whole game, they never show you another person. In the beginning, they even ruin it with the dick pic in the beginning, the thing where you fucking see the drawing of you. I don't want to see what my character looks like. I don't want that. I want to just have arms and legs. Heck, I would have liked it better. The arms and legs are necessary because otherwise it's not really realistic. But I don't want to see my character's face. They ruin it in the first 5 seconds with a picture of my character. Second of all, they what is it called? They through the whole game they don't show you any other people. The two teens are just like specks, and I think if you actually zoom in, if you go into like no clip, I doubt they're actually even people. I think they're probably just literally dots of light. You find two teens in the middle of the game, like hiding out in the woods, and you never really see them. They're like across a lake from you. You don't see them. There's evidence of people hiding around, and you get to see different hideouts. You don't see them. At one point, again, spoiler alert, but you already saw. We already had a spoiler alert. You see a corpse, but you don't see the face, and it's it's rather realistic. It's good enough. It's like, okay, dramatic effect. The first body you see is a corpse. That's really dramatic. And then they fucking ruin it because you see a fireman. The only actual live human being you go up to at the end of the game, to
dude.
Delilah's station.
Are you kidding me? Wait, no, are you kidding me right now?
Anyway.
Fucking fireman it? Fuck, dude.
We're gonna masturbate to a fireman. No.
I'm cutting in a clip
If you
of
can still
that.
find it on YouTube. Go find Bruno Mars's rectal cleansing PSA. That's a plug right there for all of you people.
All right.
Anyway,
I'll cut in a clip.
yeah. Anyway, the thing is, like, you go over to Delilah's shack, and basically you've heard this other person, Delilah, on the radio the entire game. You always talk to her, and you're like, oh man, I'm finally gonna see her. Go over to her shack or her the house where she is. Then she's gone. She's like, oh, I left you. I'm like, okay, you never get to see her. That's cool. It's like really emphasizing the fact that you're alone. Then a fucking chopper pulls up and a fireman gets out, or the fireman's in the copter.
You don't actually see the fireman's face though. He's wearing a gas mask.
That's the other thing. It's not even like, man, this guy, because he's like a fireman saving you. If you couldn't guess, Firewatch. You're in the woods and you're watching for fires. So you're like, oh man, it would have been cool even if they showed the fireman's face and they showed that he was a person. So like the first person you see is the person who's going to save you from this fire and pull you off in this helicopter. Nope, he's wearing a full fireman jumpsuit and a gas mask.
There you go.
No hair, no fucking fireman hat. It fucking ruined it so much. It's so bad. It's awful.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just say the graphics for the game though were amazing.
They're nice.
They were aesthetically pleasing. There you go.
I
Yeah.
would have loved it, and it's great because since it's not a sandbox game, since they didn't try to make it like, oh, you can break all the blocks. Oh, every tree in the game is destructible. They didn't do anything like that, so it's good. It looks good because they didn't try anything ridiculous. Um, but they just made it a linear. If they just kept the graphics kind of simple, like they didn't try to go hyper realism with the arms and legs. They were cartoony, but it was fine. The what is it called? The all the scenery and stuff has kind of a slightly cartoony, like I want to say Walking Dead, but I don't mean like cell shaded, but like a realistic, but not hyper realism kind of realistic, almost like it was drawn in a comic book. So like it looks realistic, but it's not like a photograph. It's not trying to be like Call of Duty 8 amazing hypergraphics, right?
My
It-
favorite game.
Yeah, my favorite
Yeah.
game as well. Hypergraphics edition. Yeah, but I do like what they did with that. With the really nice graphics. It's one of the few cases where graphics really adds to a game. When you're trying to when the goal is to immerse the player in a story, fucking good graphics really helps. It really does. The other thing that kind of disappointed me, I'm just gonna be talking for like 8 hours at this point, so I hope you
Yeah.
guys don't mind. The other thing that disappointed me was the acting was kind of shit. Like it was the human interaction between the two characters was fine. It was good and it was rather realistic. The parts where you find like a government facility and it sounds like the government has been stalking you. Remember that part? Yeah.
Yeah.
Their reactions are fucking ridiculous. They're so dumb. They just yell. It's just like, this is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I know. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, like not even sarcasm. That's the intonation that they use. Yeah, I know. It's fucking ridiculous. This is crazy. What? It's ridiculous. What? What? It's so bad. They can, and like it's not bad acting in terms of the actors are bad. The actors are good, but the way they chose to pull off those lines and the fact that they tried to get angry with them as opposed to being confused or scared. Like scared would be more realistic. The whole angry, we're gonna burn this place down. That's not so realistic.
Yeah. So I'm looking at Firewatch right now on Steam,
Yeah.
and for the top 4 user-defined tags for the game, there's adventure, atmospheric, indie, and my favorite, walking simulator.
Those are all really accurate. I was worried that you were gonna say I was worried you were gonna say something like sandbox because of the decisions. That's another thing that disappointed me. I guess it
I
wasn't
don't
just
think-
one thing.
I don't think decisions are necessarily sandbox.
Oh,
Sandbox
oh
is like-
yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure what it would be. Something like decision based or something, right? Where like because that's the other thing. I saw a post on Reddit, and I don't really use Reddit, but I saw I googled Firewatch. I literally googled Firewatch controversy because I'm like, man, I really like to hate myself and hate the things that I like,
Yeah.
and I don't want to like Firewatch anymore. So one of the things, one guy did a playthrough where he said nothing except when he was required to, and there was some noticeable things where he was disappointed that the game didn't actually do anything. Like for example, when Delilah's talking to you, Delilah one night is talking to you, and he said nothing, and then Delilah just says good night in a couple minutes. Then the next day he sees this character Ned who wrote down like a transcript of what you guys talked about. On the transcript it says talked about their feelings for 2 hours. despite-
Ned?
I think was it Ned or was it? a
Ned's
different-
Declassified School Survival?
Yeah, that was it. They go to Ned's and they're like, shit, this is Ned's classified school survival guide. It's like, yeah, I know. It's the school survival guide. Declassified. No, anyway, they find the script and it said talked about their feelings for 2 hours. And it's like, no, we didn't. I didn't say anything. And like
Yeah.
it's kind of, and Delilah says, man, I really don't talk about my feelings with the other Rangers like I talk about my feelings with you. Well, no, you don't talk about our feelings with each other. I mean, obviously, there's a point that they can't get to. Like they can't. I wouldn't expect them to be like, man, guys, I said I want to be able to say one letter different, actually. Instead of saying no, I want to say nope. And I'm disappointed that they didn't let me say nope. But I wish the decisions that they do let you make had a little bit more impact on the game.
Yeah, some of the major decisions should
Or,
change it a little bit.
I
Even
don't
if it's even if the ending isn't changed, if it like had
Yeah.
like some dialogue change between.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. That's what more I was thinking. Dialogue change. Like when people say, "Oh, The Walking Dead," you get a pretty much the same ending no matter what. You realize that if they made for the Walking Dead series, if they made 3 different endings, they'd be pretty much making 3 different games at that point.
Yeah.
They're wasting. I'd rather have them make one game that's 99% linear with some cool decisions in it, than make it 19 different separate endings that are all like separate in different ways, right? But the dialogue and the pictures that you find in the documents definitely should be changed. Definitely, like that. It doesn't seem like it. Someone pointed out on Reddit, like it may be dialogue because then you'd have to account for every possible dialogue. But it really doesn't seem like a document would be that hard to change, right?
Yeah, I guess not.
Like
I don't know.
like putting a white box in your JPEG so that one block of text isn't on the document, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of indie games, nice segue. David Karp, was that the guy who invented the segue? I think maybe. Anyway, segue into our next topic. There was an indie game that Rebeb brought up right before we started the podcast.
Oh, okay. So
What was it
there's
called?
a game,
Portal something?
Portal Knights. I
Portal Knights.
think.
Community.
And
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It was a game that came out, and I saw a couple people do YouTube videos on it. And
you should Google it or Steam look it up. That's what
Wait,
I'm
the
doing.
crazy thing about it though,
what are we talking
my
about?
like that game. What is it called? Portal Knights, right?
Yeah.
Portal.
Like my mama doesn't like it, and she likes everyone, you know.
I was like, I wonder what joke you could be making, huh? I really.
I spent the last 10 minutes teaching myself it on the ukulele.
Really?
It goes from a B to a C sharp minor to an A and then to an E.
Oh.
I know what that means.
Yeah, so you go.
So good. It's really, really good.
This is quality.
And then wait, I didn't learn the B very well. The B is kind of hard to hit. It's hard to hit the quan. I meant the E. I meant the E. Sorry.
yeah.
You have to do, and the E is kind of. It's a hard one to hit. You know, you need a big finger. My fingers aren't big enough yet, so.
That was a
Anyway.
perfect progression of perfectly crafted jokes right there, Owen. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
really good
so you
one.
can continue. I'll put away my
So-
ukulele. We'll talk about this stuff now.
Portal
Owen,
Knights, yeah.
please
what
stop.
about it?
So it's a game that came out, which I thought was interesting because
Oh, did it?
it's a game. All right.
What is
It's-
it? Is it a game?
Huh.
Yes, let's play it.
Let's play. Thanks, Peter. It's not a
So-
name drop if you don't know the person, so. Anyway, Portal Knights.
It's kind of an RPG with sandbox, but it's also online, which I guess means it's an RPG. But I thought it was
MMORPG,
interesting because you can go around. I'm not sure if it's like you can make private servers or not. I haven't played or anything, but it's a game where you, instead of progressing from like different lands, you could go through a portal and you like appear in like a next level area, a higher level area, and
No
you can
Man's
get
Sky?
higher. Dude.
Oh
No Man's
wait,
Sky. We
I
can talk
could-
about
I don't know
that.
any of the names, but I could literally name 15 other games that are exactly like this.
I don't
like-
know. It's just like a cartoony game.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I'm not complaining the fact that there's been a bunch of games exactly like it, but I feel like we've never played these games, and that's
No.
why we haven't been complaining about them 24/7, because otherwise we totally would. But there's been a scourge of games going about that are exactly what you described. An RPG where you can play online, you can create your own worlds that you can have. There's some sort of building aspect to it, and where you build in your own world, and it's like Minecraft, cartoony block based.
Off
There's-
Minecraft.
Like the example I'm gonna give, I'm gonna go to PSJ's channel because I know he did a series a while ago. He did a couple series, I believe. I'm pretty sure on like different. On these different games, and I thought they were the same game. I'm like, wait, that's weird. Why are the names different? And they're different games because they all look pretty identical.
Yeah. Well, I like this one because at the beginning you like pick like if you're gonna be like a mage, a knight, or an archer, and then you have like also like skill trees you can progress through. So I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I've never played a game like
that, I
that, so I've
think,
always wanted to, and I feel like I might play this one just because it's like
yeah,
more my style, I
that's
guess.
the other thing. $15 is too much for an early access game.
And
That's
any early access
I
game
paid-
ever.
Yeah,
Over
they're-
$20.
$15
or
is way too
10.
much. $5
for Ark.
for yeah, fucking Ark.
Oh.
Ark in its finished state will not be worth $30. Ark in its
No,
finished,
no, it will. Honestly, like it's got
It's getting
got a lot of potential. I don't know if potential. No, not even potential.
I think what happened.
it's good. It's a good game. It's got a lot
Okay.
to it.
Lego Worlds is pretty much like
Never.
what you're talking about.
Lego Worlds is shit.
Yeah, Lego Worlds is pretty much what you're talking about with that kind of game. I'm 99% sure it's a very similar game that's like an RPG with
Okay, Lego Worlds is more creative though. It's all creative. There's nothing like collecting and
I guess
gathering
so.
resources or any of
Yeah,
that.
right.
It's more exploration and building. That's it. So
yeah, I suppose so. That's accurate. Shoot, I can't find any of the other ones.
also
crap.
Lego Worlds, it's like really. I feel like it would be hard to do to like place individual Legos down to
Oh,
build something.
Trove was another one.
Trove. Let me see.
Trove was another game that's pretty much identical.
It's free.
Cube World is another game that's pretty much identical.
Cube World. Oh,
Cube
I
World,
want to play Cube.
Trove.
Let's see. Cube.
I think that's both. Yeah, I think that's it. Honestly, Cube World and Trove are two other games that I'm 99% sure are identical.
Yeah, Trove does look very similar. I like the graphics way
World.
better on
Yeah, you know
Knights.
what? I don't really. I
On
think
Portal Knights?
yeah, on Portal Knights, I think it fucking looks like an Xbox Live. I don't know. Robbie didn't have an Xbox. Doesn't have an Xbox.
No,
But
No, true.
if you've ever seen the Xbox Live or indie games that use the Xbox Live avatars, that's what this looks like. This looks like an Xbox Live Minecraft clone that's been stepped up in graphics. To me, IMO, honestly.
Yeah.
But fucking, I wasn't finished ranting about the price. Jesus Christ, I had no idea Ark was $30 early access.
I'm not sure.
Holy
I'm not
shit.
sure what the price is now. Let's see.
Maybe it's gone.
I don't
Still
know, I-
$30 right now.
Yeah,
I
okay,
feel.
that's not so-
Wait, honestly, I feel like their early access is just kind of like, I don't know, like not even. I don't know if it's an excuse, but like, you could just say your game is early access. Like H1Z1's early access, but it's basically a finished game.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's
Like Ark's a finished game, but you could say it's early access. Early access is an excuse to update the game every week, basically.
I disagree. I think I'm going to be a little bit more cynical than what you said. I'm going to say it's an excuse to get people to pay for a game that's not finished. And for sometimes it doesn't end up that way. Like with Ark, the game's pretty much finished at this point. If you paid $30 for Ark when it started, you've pretty much gotten your money's worth at this point. But with
Yeah.
H1Z1, it's not a finished game. I don't know if they still work on H1Z1.
Really?
But it's not. It's really not a finished game at this point. There was another game. Oh, I can't remember what it is. I'm not gonna guess because I don't want to slander a random game. But there was another game where, by a developer, by a game
No
by a
way.
developer, guys. So weird. Where it was an early access game that people paid for and people was like, oh, there's so much potential, and then it never got finished. And then that same developer just moved on to a new game. They're like, they lost interest and they moved on to a new game without ever actually finishing the first one, which sucks. And that's how people can abuse early access and make it so that like, basically make it so that like, oh, it's
Yeah, I've heard
early
stories
access.
like that before.
What's it called?
I've heard stories like that before.
Yeah,
You could-
like
Like where people
Mm.
get rid of it.
I think if a developer is going to do that, they should at least sell the game so the game has a chance of being finished or continued by someone else.
what do you mean?
I mean, like he could have sold the rights to the game. to
Oh,
someone
sold the rights
else.
to the game? Yeah, I suppose so. That must be hard though. I assume it's not
Probably.
so easy to get someone to buy your indie game because if it was easy to get someone to buy your indie game, then they wouldn't be an indie. It wouldn't be an indie game, right?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Ark. My computer's not strong enough to like handle the graphics. and everything. I feel like
Yeah,
Ark,
two people.
if I could play on max graphics and just like still run at 30 or even 60 FPS, I would play it even more than I do now.
Yeah, I think
But
okay. I've heard a lot of this from other people, so I'm not gonna like. And I've heard very little of it from my own experience playing Ark because I have zero. But I've heard that Ark's really not finished, and that from what you've said, it's really not optimized very well. There's obviously a lot of content, but you can't consider it a finished game, honestly. Like,
Minecraft isn't optimized.
well, yeah, but Minecraft could be considered a finished game at this point. You could say they could stop updating Minecraft and it would be a finished game. Ark has a bunch of features, but no individual feature seems expanded on to enough degree to call it like finished and will never be fixed or never be changed.
what do you mean by that? Like, what
I mean,
features
like-
do you think the game has that could be expanded upon?
The what's it called? The thing with like writing what's it called? Writing dinosaurs and writing the animals, they keep adding, or I don't know if they still update it, honestly.
Every Monday.
They kept in the past adding animals and new dinosaurs because that's the cool thing. That's what gets people to buy the game because it's like, and not being cynical and saying, oh, they only did it to get people to buy the game, but people, it's the cool thing is to add animals. I'm sure that's what they wanted to do. They're like, man, it'll be really awesome to have all these dinosaurs in the game. And that's what gets people to buy it, having all these different dinosaurs. Like once they added the Yetis or Sasquatches, whatever they are, that's another thing that they can add. But the actual mechanisms of riding and controlling the dinosaurs aren't really advanced enough, aren't really like fleshed out, or not fleshed out, but like finely tuned. They're not finely tuned
They're pretty-
enough, and they're way too buggy to be considered.
No, they're
finished.
pretty well done. They're pretty
Really?
non-glitchy, yeah. I mean, I found when I play the game. The one complaint I had with Ark is like in the past couple of weeks and like updates and stuff like that, they've been adding things that are not even close to dinosaurs. They're not. I would not. There's like a giant beaver. There's
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Well, they're adding animals.
You know what? You know
I
what
think,
that
yeah.
is? It's because the Jurassic World hype died down, and that's another very cynical point of view from Blimp. But
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I feel like the game of Ark, like, I mean, wait, does it say in its thing about that it's specifically geared toward dinosaurs? Because if it's geared toward like the Mesozoic era, then it's just doing its thing. I'm sorry if you hear that noise.
it was obviously in the beginning meant to cash in on Jurassic World's like.
it was the game's
uh,
actually. If I think I'm correct by saying this, I believe the game was paid for by Jurassic World as
Really?
along with Lego Jurassic World. I think those were the two games that came out that were paid for by Jurassic World.
Do Google on that before we.
It does. It does say.
Citation.
It says dinosaurs and I can't say that word. Primeval. I don't even know. I'm saying it wrong. Basically, primal creatures.
It's obvious that that's what they're trying to cash in on, or were, and that's okay. But it's okay that that's what they're trying to do. It kind of makes sense that they would try and do that.
But
Like
even
it, just like
even if they were, it's even the Jurassic World hype has now died down enough,
Exactly,
and they're still at it. They didn't give up as soon as
No,
like their
what
sales
I mean
went.
is they've given up on dinosaurs, or they're doing less dinosaurs. They probably were like, okay, we have a bunch of ideas. Let's shove all the dinosaurs out of the way to get people hyped for Jurassic World. Oh man, whatever. I don't know anything about dinosaurs, but oh man, this dinosaur. I'm going to play that and ride it in Ark. Wow, because they have all these dinosaurs in Ark. And then once hype's died down, it's like, okay, now we can add the other things. Like I'm sure that they have some amount of love for the game and passion to add all these crazy creatures
Sure.
in. But I have a
They add stuff every month.
yeah, but I have a feeling that the reason that
Every week.
all the dinosaurs got, or most of the dinosaurs so far, have gotten knocked out of the way immediately, and then they went to Yetis and dragons and stuff like that, was because of Jurassic World.
Well, no, that's the thing. They didn't even go to Yetis and dragons. They went to like moose and frogs. Like it's not even a big.
Yeah.
It's realistic. It's not even like.
I suppose so. It's
And the
no
list
longer
of-
like Jurassic World, which is a good way to go. It's like, okay, this is a more fleshed out game, but it's like they're fleshing it out wide, but they're not finely tuning anything. Minecraft is sometimes guilty of that too, where they just stick a bunch of features in and then they don't really finely tune anything. Like the Nether when it was first released, or like any feature when it's first released in Minecraft. And at this point, most of it's been fixed. But like the Nether when it was first released was kind of boring. It was kind of interesting, Ghast and Pigman, but it was pretty boring and pretty.
It's still
lame.
kind of boring.
Deep Oceans. Yeah, and it is still kind of boring.
Wait,
so it's
what
not
is?
fully functional.
Nether.
No, Nether.
Uh,
When it was first,
suppose.
like not even now, when it was first released, even more so. Pigmen, Ghasts, and Pigmen, Ghast. I think there's definitely Soul Sand, 2 blocks, and kind of meh terrain generation with lava lake.
Actually, 3 blocks.
What, gravel? No, I don't think.
Well, you said soul sand. Okay,
Yes,
I
yes.
guess it's soul sand, netherrack.
Yeah.
No, Netherbrick wasn't in when they first released it.
Oh.
Because they didn't have fortresses. Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, even before
Oh.
fortresses. Deep Oceans, too. They added Deep Oceans. Man, isn't that great? No.
What does it do?
What?
There's nothing.
Why not? Well, why would
Dude,
you
They need-
need
Free lava, actually.
Actually,
great.
I mean,
the only reason,
oceans and water.
the only purpose for deep oceans at the moment are for guardian temples.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a feature that it's obvious that there's stuff planned, like sea creatures, basically adding the. I don't know if you guys know this, but Minecraft in the past has been very well known for stealing mods, and normally, as far as I know, they give credit after
They
Yeah,
do. They have in the
But-
credits. There's like extra or added helpers or something like that, and it's like credits
But
the mod creators.
At the time of the features being released, definitely not. I think they gave credit to the Pistons guy when they added Pistons. Pistons were originally a mod. And I think they gave credit to the Pistons guy when they did it. Just because the Pistons mod was so well known that it literally, it was like literally everyone who did Minecraft mods knew about it. So everyone would immediately be like, this is just the Pistons mod. You stole that. But like stuff like the Potions mod, when that was first released into the game, did not give credit to the Potions mod guy. Who might be the same guy as the Piston mod guy? I have no idea. I'm not gonna say that he is, but I don't know. Either way,
Echo.
what's it called?
Shipwreck. I think there might have been an echo right there. I'm sorry.
Nice. Yeah, but they don't give credit. So anyway, they fucking if they just stole the Mo Creatures mod for the water creatures, that would be great. That would give a purpose to Deep Oceans, having like lag-inducing beluga whales down in the water, or the like whale size that Mo Creatures has, which is like really only like 4 blocks, which is not ridiculous. That sort of thing would be okay, and they would be stealing another mod, but that sort of thing would be okay.
Dude, Mo Creatures,
That would make it fun.
Carpenter's Blocks, and Chisel mod. Please add
That's
those
all
to
one
Minecraft.
wants.
Thank you.
I don't
Minecraft
want
2.0.
them.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't-
Oh wait. Do you guys go on the Minecraft Reddit?
No.
No.
Okay, I was on this morning. Some guy made a trapdoor and a sign for every wood.
Yeah.
It was
I'm-
simple. It was easy looking, and it looked nice. It, like the birch one, like
I've-
you know, like the top half of the birch door.
Mhm.
That was a birch trapdoor.
I
The
would
jungle
like
one
that.
had like a hole cut in
Yeah.
the middle of it. It was really nice. It
Oh,
looked really
they
cool.
have different designs. Oh, okay. Because
Yeah, all different designs.
I've seen plenty of mods for really, or as soon as like fence posts came out, people were making mods for iron and.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean like think of like the door of each
Yeah.
wood. Someone made a trapdoor version of that by like cutting it in half and like manipulating it, and
That's
it looked nice. Like just little. I want little things added to MC. Like
Yeah.
even like
I've-
I know slabs and stairs won't be added for everything because that would be laggy, but
I wish
that
they
would be
were.
a nice thing to have too.
No. Carpenter's blocks would solve all of that though. Carpenter's
don't-
blocks would be my number
I-
one mod to add.
I do not want them
Yeah.
to add carpenter's blocks. If
Why
they
not?
do,
Why?
I don't want them to add like the slopes and those kinds of things. 'Cause I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like that
yeah.
kind of takes away from the feel
That would.
of like
that
the
would, yeah.
blockiness
I
of the
agree.
game.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of like, you know what? Minecraft has struggled with what is a mod, what feels like a mod, and what doesn't feel like a mod. To be honest with you, rails are like minecart rails are on the border of feeling like a mod and on the border of feeling like a vanilla Minecraft decision. Like for example, fucking the different colors of doors and stuff. That feels like a regular Minecraft decision. That sounds fine. Adding one extra savanna biome. That feels like a Minecraft decision. Enchanting tables don't feel like a Minecraft decision. That beacons feel like a mod. All of this stuff, it all feels like
Yeah.
mods.
You see,
Like,
That's exactly how I felt
Potions-
about Minecraft 1.8. When they added guardians.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the most this is the dumbest thing ever. Like this
Oh,
is
no.
this isn't Minecraft.
I'm not saying it's dumb. I'm just seeing it.
No, no,
saying-
no. Yeah.
It's like, whoa, Mojang did that? That's weird. Yeah, with
Yeah.
Guardians, I was like, Mojang did that?
I feel the reason why they do that is because Minecraft already has like some discrepancies in it that make it non-realistic, and to continue that, so people are like, "Oh man, this one thing isn't realistic." They're like, "Oh, we'll just make it have this fantasy kind of feel to it."
But
So
it's
then
not-
they don't have to like change things so people don't complain about it.
Yeah, there probably is some amount to that. I like some amount of yeah, okay, we don't want people to think Minecraft is supposed to be hyper realistic or anything. But I don't think my issue is not that it's unrealistic. My issue is that it feels like too
Right.
much for Mojang to do. In the scope of all the other rather tame things that they have added, cows and chickens and sheep, it seemed some of these things seem kind of ridiculous. Like big spruce trees, for example, big spruce trees are the like except for jungle trees. I guess jungle trees, yeah. Big spruce trees are the only real big tree you can get. That seems like a mod where some dude was like, it seems like I wanted a really big tree in my game, so I installed a mod that has big spruce trees in it, and it seems out of place amongst all the other tame stuff. Enchanting table seems out of place amongst all the other rather tame stuff in the game. And at this point, it's so commonplace that the effect is reduced, but still. Like a jump boost potion, that seems like a mod thing. The
It
fucking
does.
spectral arrows, 100%. Like spectral arrows, or sorry, not the spectral arrows, the potion effect arrows. 100% an example of a mod thing they were like, I guess we'll just add that. That sounds fine. Compared to like carpenter blocks, which or like the biome with or like a biome mod that adds a bit more biomes, not quite mo biomes or whatever it's called, but a little bit more biomes, maybe one or two. That wouldn't seem like a ridiculous mod thing to add.
I've said this forever that I feel Minecraft needs to have better like generation, and like it
No,
Oh,
needs to look
wait, did you hear about that?
what.
1.9. They are adding. So there are certain trees that you can only grow by yourself with a sapling and bone meal. They're
I know they're adding
the
the large oak trees back.
yeah, they're adding them back.
Yeah.
What do they look
Yeah.
like? Do they look like
They
Like
were
the-
in the game
like
till
the-
like 1.5 or 1.6 or something like that,
Yeah.
and they took them out. And they're
Oh,
large
really?
oak
No, they
trees.
didn't take
Yeah.
they didn't take them out. They made it so you can only spawn them. They wouldn't spawn naturally.
Yeah, so now they
But now they
Oh,
can spawn
shit.
naturally. So now in forest bombs, you'll have the big ass trees.
I think back when I read fucking read the Minecraft wiki like religiously, I heard about that. That was oh okay. You sent me a link to the signs. Yeah, okay. The screenshots of the sign. I don't think you need to. I mean, I guess for furniture, yeah. For doing
Sign?
chairs,
What?
acacia signs would be kind of nice.
The Minecraft Reddit post.
Oh, you went to the
We'll
Minecraft
link,
and saw it?
we'll
Yeah.
link to that in the description.
Yeah.
You guys can check it out. Yeah, like I don't know about terrain generation as much as I think biome should be different and trees. Like I want more types of. I want the what is it called? What's the
Variants?
biome mod that we always play with? Is it not?
The
Is
what?
it Mo biomes? Is it?
No, it's
It's called Biomes of Plenty.
Biomes
yeah.
of Plenty. Fucking yeah. I want Biomes of Plenty to be vanilla.
I don't.
That
disagree.
that
Uh,
would be
The
number
nether
two.
of it is too broken.
The
I don't
Nether
like
is
it.
annoying.
Yeah.
Oh
And
no,
also-
yeah, you're right. I hate the Biomes of Plenty Nether. That's why it's number 2 because of A, lag, and B, the Nether. That's why, and C, because there's like oh no, there actually is a lot of flat terrain in it, which is why I like it. So the Nether is basically why it's number 2 to fucking carpet blocks.
The only like change in or mod I would like them to add to Minecraft would be the realistic train generation mod, because it doesn't add any new blocks or anything. It just changes how the terrain can look when it spawns in.
I don't like that at all. I like the Minecraft terrain generation. I think
I-
Minecraft terrain generation is fine.
I think it looks derpy for me. It's just me.
Like, what issue do you have with that? Honestly, like,
It's too. It
So
doesn't.
what do you have?
I know.
Next
I
one.
know. Like, this is a bad thing to say, but I don't feel like it looks natural. It looks very computer generated, and I
What
feel
does?
like
What?
the Minecraft train currently.
Oh.
I feel like they could do better, and I feel like they're kind of skimping
You know
out
what?
on it.
I can see, yeah, I can see that. I can see how, because a lot of it, like extreme hills, those aren't realistic mountains. At the same time, I don't want realistic mountains because realistic mountains would be shit if realistic mountains were in Minecraft. It'd be fucking impossible to build anything on a realistic mountain that had a peak and stuff, and was like pointed and had like a 60-degree slope. I don't know how steep the slopes on mountains are, but fucking, I would rather have I would have a blobby thing that looks like it was generated by a computer. Like, I'm not trying to get my, like, what's it called? If your goal is to get Minecraft to be photorealistic or like really like realistic
Yeah.
but made with blocks, then yeah, I could get that. But that's not what I like about Minecraft. I like the Minecraft terrain generation because I like the way it looks, not because it's hyper realistic or not because it's even slightly realistic. It's because it's nice looking. It's impressive at times when you get things like certain extreme hills biomes and those sort of things. Those are impressive, and it's good for building on 99% of the time. It's a good thing to build on, depending on what you want to build.
Yeah. Even so, I feel like there's some things they could add to the terrain that would, even if they don't like
like
add a
what?
mod, they could, like, for instance, in a desert along the rivers, if they had like some sporadic like kind of greenery, because is in deserts by water there
Yeah.
is going to be some sort of something growing there.
They kind of do that with fucking sugarcane. So they do that, but they just don't have enough things that grow in the desert on sand. There's just like nothing that grows on sand. So that's the issue of they need to add more blocks. And yeah, I do agree that would be cool. And that's the kind of thing. Biomes of Plenty, I meant, doesn't do a lot of that because their terrain generation is like random. They don't really, most of the time their terrain generations are marked by a decent a nice grass color, a bunch of trees splattered around, and a nice looking terrain, like actual like pattern of the terrain. If they did things that were more like custom, like that sort of thing, or like certain trees that would like hang over a river, specifically generated to hang over a river, that would be cool. But I don't know. I've never seen a mod that does that, so I don't know how possible.
I would like different variants of trees as well.
Oh yeah, it's Biomes of Plenty.
I mean, I will buy Biomes of Plenty as like a ton of new blocks and trees, and like here's like an ominous biome, here's a redwood biome.
Yeah, they don't
I
need
don't
to do
necessarily
all.
want all of that.
Yeah, they don't need to do all of them at once. That would make it hard to find the biome you want. But the thing I like about Biomes of Plenty is that with Biomes of Plenty, whenever I play in the mod pack with Biomes of Plenty, my goal is no longer I want to find a savanna biome. I really want to find an extreme hills biome. My goal is, you know what? Let me walk around. Oh shit, I've never seen this biome before. Oh man, this hill looks really cool. Oh, I love this type of wood. Oh man, a fucking lavender field. I've never seen that, and then I'll build based on that, right? As opposed
Okay.
to like, there's so many options that it's just like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. But at the same time, totally see what you mean about not wanting to put like 50,000 biomes in like instantly in one update.
No, but I don't know if like add more biomes. I think just change the current biomes. Like let's say have oases in deserts or trees grow in different patterns. Like just give more variants of trees. You know, like just more stuff
Yeah,
to add to
different
the
trees
current
look different.
things.
Mm.
Like just current things to add. I mean, like or
I don't want
things to add
Minecraft.
to the current stuff.
I don't want Mojang to add all these big things like a new end, or I don't want a new combat system.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm fine with it. I've gotten used to it, but I want, like, if you shoot a glass block with an arrow, I want the glass to break.
You,
No,
you
I
asked
don't-
for that for like 8
I
years.
know, and I really
want to be
want
able
that.
to get into a boat, and I want to be able to swim on land. I want to be able to put my boat down on land. I demand it. Give me my boat. No, okay. Joking aside, yeah, I get what you mean. That was a bad example because I fucking hate that. I would really not like it if they did that. If they made glass breakable with arrows. But I do see what you mean. There's a lot of small things that they should add before they add in the big mod thing.
If villages, oh sorry, go.
No, that was it.
If villages in different biomes are generated with the type of wood that is found in that biome, that
Yeah.
would be cool. Like
Well,
small, minute things. I would.
That's the issue. That has two issues. First of all, villages don't really spawn in enough biomes. Like villages,
What biomes can they not spawn in? I'm pretty sure I've
oh,
seen.
they like I've never seen a village in any
Jungle.
biome.
I think
I've
they
never,
can.
I've
Spawn.
never seen them in plains. I've never seen them in any
I've
sort
seen
of
them
snowy
play
plains.
biome.
several times.
Sorry,
They're
I'm
in
sorry.
plains.
I've only seen them in plains. I've never seen them in savannah. I
There's-
meant.
There's a sand village. There's one.
There's a
Yeah,
sand
that's it.
village.
There's a sand village. Nice job. You asked Siri where fucking what's the sand village spawned?
So,
Okay, Google.
okay, cool now.
No, like yeah, I get that. That would be cool though, but there's not enough biomes that they can spawn in just because of the terrain gen. Like they'll never spawn in extreme hills biome
No.
because yeah, they'll never spawn in a tundra probably because the snow would fuck it up.
Yeah,
They
but
never
even-
spawn in a jungle because of the trees.
Dude, a tundra. No, dude, with the
That'd
new
be so
introduction of new igloos, could you imagine like a snow village?
Yeah, do
And
they
they're all
not have
they
that?
all have, they all have igloos.
Do they not? Is
That'd
that
be-
not what they're doing? They have
No.
a desert village.
No, the
so-
igloos like like the desert village, right? It's all made of sandstone. Make
Oh,
like
you're
they're all
right.
made of snow.
Yeah,
They
that'd be
don't-
cool. Like
That
what
would
Robbie
be
said, but
freaking
they don't.
sick.
Villages don't generate nicely enough in each area. Like it'd be sick
Bro,
to have
yeah.
a savannah.
For some reason, roads are always messed up in them, dude. They
Oh,
never-
that's
Yeah,
why. That's why
it's
it's
clean.
because
gravel.
of the. It's because gravel falls. That's just, which is
Well-
why 1.9 they're replacing with the roadblock.
Yeah.
All gravel.
And but, the other issue is that there's not enough wood types. It wouldn't be as cool as you think because there's only like what 5 wood types. Like
Six.
okay, the chance that you're gonna find a birch forest village, that means that there has to be. I think villages generate last. I'm pretty sure after the terrain.
They do.
Because yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
there would need to be a birch forest biome that has no birch trees.
Yeah. You were right, by the way. They can only spawn in plains, savanna, and deserts.
Oh, savannah, really? Okay, in savannah, then yeah,
So if it could,
that would be
if it was
cool.
acacia wood, that'd be awesome.
Acacia wood or a desert. A
Dude,
tundra
bir-
would be
no,
cool.
a birch
tundra
forest
villages.
with a birch trees actually would be cool.
Yeah,
though.
but they would have to find some way to clear the trees.
yeah. That's a good point.
Do you think it would be cool if it was like the
Because
millionaire mod?
in Savannah, desert and plains, there's no obstructions.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, except for acacia trees, but yeah,
So-
almost no extra.
So the reason I bet you the reason why is because it would take probably a lot of work to change the code to make
Yeah.
it so village, so the biome, like the aesthetics of the biome, like trees, and things
Aesthetics.
like that, spawn around the villages. So the villages spawn first.
That's the name of the episode, by the way.
Aesthetics,
Yeah.
I like it.
Good title drop. Nice one. So funny. I love it.
Yeah, great stuff. Great
If
stuff.
you liked our title drop,
I think Minecraft
Drop-
could probably have
Paul.
more like
drop-
naturally like already spawned in abandoned builds or something like that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I would like to explore
Well, we-
and come across something other than a
that's
pyramid or a jungle temple.
that's the main feeling I got about Hexit, honestly. When I played Hexit, what's it called? When we played Hexit, there was a lot of stuff like that, but it got repetitive, right? It was like, first of all, it got repetitive.
It
where
was
it was
too
basically,
much.
it was basically like, no, it was like a couple buildings that spawned over and over again. Second of all, there's no pro to it. If they have like broken down houses and shit like that, I want there to be like a chest inside. I think like that seems kind of like a weird, a specific demand. But I feel like there should at least be some amount of reward for finding one of those things. Honestly, like
Yeah.
a chest.
what
It
you're
would be, so it's like other than like oh sweet
alright.
an abandoned house. Okay, bye. I guess I'm not gonna build my house there. I'm not gonna do anything about it because it's just an abandoned house. Like oh there's a cobblestone Stonehenge here. All right, that's interesting. Goodbye, Stonehenge. It's like if there's a little bit more reward to it, that'd be cool. I think IMO.
Even
think it's
even
too
if the build itself had some like kind of obscure blocks or something like that, I would feel that would make it worth it. Like I liked
Yeah,
it.
that too.
when you
Something
could
like that.
only
Like,
get
there's a reason to find the guardian.
you could only get the chiseled sandstone from the pyramids. I felt like, oh, cool. If I find a pyramid, not only do I get the loot, but I also get this block, which is not common throughout
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, I like the loot too. It's like I don't love the block thing because then it's like oh you're struggling to find it if you want to use that block. But the loot, it's like oh sweet, I got a bonus for this. Guardian Temple, oh sweet, now I have Prismarine, yeah. So basically, what we're saying, guys, is fucking Minecraft is shit. Don't ever play it. It's fucking awful. And just listen to us instead because we're so much better at designing games. Mojang, we're up for hire. We're open. So
We're open. All right. It's
We're
all
open.
about the aesthetics,
crap.
and you know
All
what?
about the
My mama doesn't like that game. She likes everyone.
My mama doesn't really like Minecraft, so. Alright.
Good episode.
I hope you guys had fun. having a goof about Minecraft with us.
Goofing and gaffing.
Goofed everywhere, guys.
We'll see you. We'll see you later.
Bye. Kiss.